Shalom to attorney Simcha Reutman of the Movement for Governability and Democracy. So, how do you sum up the term of Attorney General Yehuda Weinstein?
Weinstein time as Chief Legal Advisor and Attorney General would be best determined by the term chaos. It was no leadership. Every deputy took the Ministry of Justice and Chief Legal Advisory to its own direction. State Attorney Shai Nitzan basically did whatever he wanted with no supervision from Weinstein, and because of that, there was no one to restrain those people from taking over bigger and bigger parts of Israel government and Israel leadership. One would say that Israeli Attorney General just forgot that his role is to advise and not to decide. As an organization, they just went wrong.
Now, we understand that your opinion is that he actually went out of his boundaries and harmed the Israeli democracy. How's that?
One example you can think about is what happened with the chief of staff of the police. When the government wanted to appoint new chief of staff, and Weinstein prevented the Ministry of Minister Aharonovich from doing so. What happened basically is that Israeli police went into more than a year of chaos, more than a year of that one by one the commanders went and left. There was no leadership for the police, and we all paid the price. And some people saw that coming and told Weinstein that, and they just said, no, you want a point, we want the power to ourselves. Another example is what we see now with Miri Regev, with Minister of Culture, when she says, I don't want to give money to organizations that support terror. And the Chief Legal Advisor and his deputy Dina Zilber trying to force her to give money to those organizations. That's not their place. They're not elected. They shouldn't do those stuff.
You accompanied the Commission for Prosecutorial Oversight, and today the attorneys are unanimous in fighting against the commissionship. Perhaps there's no need for this supervisory role of this commission.
I think that what Gerstel, the commissioner, the new commissioner that audits the Parklitud, the Attorney General office, the information that she brought to the public eye, the reports she basically give the reason why we need this kind of commissioner, why we need Gerstel in her position, because every stone that Gerstel picked, there were snakes all under it. There is a new report from last week that keeping the law about hearing before indicting a person in felonies, keeping the law is not the usual path that the Parklitud goes. It's not the usual path. They usually do not give suspects their rights. They usually don't send hearing letters to people that's supposed to go get them. That's the usual procedure. And the case of Maya Forman-Resnick, when we see that basically the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General office serving interests of personal interest of the leaders of the Attorney General and his people. They hijacked this organization. They hijacked Ministry of Justice, and they're using it for its own agenda, even against the better judgment of ministers, even against better judgment of the Prime Minister. The last sentence, and probably that's the sentence that Weinstein will be remembered with, is that he said to Maya Forman-Resnick just last week, he said, I am the one who decides. I can tell the Prime Minister what to say. I can tell the Ministry of Health what to say. I can tell you what to say. That's the way they think in the Attorney General office, in the Chief Legal Advisor office, and that must stop.
So what do the Prime Minister, the Justice Minister, and the new Attorney General have to do, really, according to you, to solve the challenges, the problems here in Israel?
Basically, it's up their alley. What they need to do now is try to take back the powers that were taken to the Chief Legal Advisor, to the Attorney General office, take them back and give them to the ministers, to the elected officials. The first step will be to divide the powers, because too much power in one place with no auditing, with no review, leads us where we got today. They need to have a special person it's supposed to be in charge on the prosecution, chief prosecution, and the second person that will be in charge of the legal advisory. The fact that now one person holds all those powers in one person gives him enormous power. No one can second guess his ideas, and whatever he thinks becomes the law. That's not democratic. You can't have it in a democratic country.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and I really hope that the Prime Minister will do what he needs to do with the Chief Legal Advisor. There is new Chief Legal Advisor. I hope that Mandelblit, as Chief Legal Advisor, will act accordingly.